Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for Marketplace Monday. I am your host, Sherry Shepard, president of the National Black Business Owners Association. Extremely blessed to have you. So, I don't know why everything's a little blurry. I don't know why. Okay, it's not my eyes. But thank you so much for joining me again. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about how to finance your business through non traditional methods. Okay. And as usual, I'm not going to be long, but this is going to be very informative because a lot of times people are who are starting their businesses, maybe you don't have a bunch of money saved up, right? Maybe you don't have the best credit in the world. I've been talking for the last 2 weeks about the importance of your personal credit and your business credit, and this is why. Some of these aren't necessarily my favorite sources of financing, but they're out there as an option if you have bad credit, if your business credit is not built yet, then you need and you need some money to start your business. So we're going to talk about very briefly some of those today. Listen, while I have your attention, please do not forget to go and like my business page. I'm not going to be doing them on my personal page forever. I am building my audience and my brand on my public figure page, which is facebook.com/marketplace dominion. All right, facebook.com/marketplace dominion. But I'll do a few more on my personal page here. But I definitely want you to go and follow me there. We're also on YouTube. YouTube.com/N as in Nancy. You see it right there beside my name and title, NBBOA. So you'll be able to catch the broadcast there as well. But listen, we're going to talk very briefly some non-traditional ways you can finance your business, right? And again, some of these aren't my favorite. I would rather, if it were up to me, I would rather you build your business credit, that you would fix your personal credit, and that you would do business and be able to get a traditional loan because the interest rates are so much better. Just like everything, just like in the personal world, the better your credit is and the better of a track record you have, the better deal you can get for money. However, we understand life happens. Okay, so listen, let's talk very briefly some non-traditional ways you can finance your business. Glasses look crooked. This is an old pair of glasses. Anyway, so let's talk about some other ways you can finance your business if you don't have good credit, if you haven't had the opportunity to build your business credit yet, right? One of the number one ways is with angel financing or getting an investor. Now, the upside is they already have the money. They may not necessarily do a business, a credit report on you, a personal credit report. They may not. Everybody has different stipulations and different qualification criteria, but they already have the money, and most of them are business people. So listen, you might be able to kind of pull on their senses a little bit because they've been where you are. Nobody, most people don't start off rich. So these are people that they've already run the gauntlet, so to speak. They've already been successful in business. They can help you. That's another plus side is that they already have the money, but they have the expertise and they can help you get to where you want to go. The downside is, though, you have to give up equity in your business. Okay, so they can come in. You all have seen Shark Tank. I'm sure you've seen Shark Tank before. They want to know how much money they're going to get back, and they are going to want a piece of your business. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. But there are websites out there that have angel investors that are always looking for good businesses to invest in. Now, what do you need to do that? You need a great pitch. You need a great business deck, like a good PowerPoint presentation, showing how they're going to get their money back, laying out your plans, how you plan to make money, almost like a business plan in a presentation format. You do still need a business plan, and as even in personal track record. They want to know about, they want to see how passionate you are and how committed that you are to your vision. Okay, you can't come in and ask them to invest all this money and you seem flighty, or you seem like this is just today's idea, but you're going to be bouncing on to something else next week. So they need to feel like you're going to dedicate 100% of your time to this business. And they're also going to be looking at the market opportunity, right? They want to know, they want to see the potential again for them to make money, for you both to make money. Okay. Again, a clearly thought out business plan. You're going to need a clearly thought out business plan, and you're going to need a nice PowerPoint presentation. It's going to have to be hot. It's going to have to be fire. Okay, it's going to have to grab their attention. One of the things that I noticed when I love Shark Tank. I love that show, and I always, and the people that come in, they're trying to get money, but they're always entertaining. They're always energetic. They're always exciting because they want the sharks to feel the passion of the product, right? And you need to be able to translate that on paper as well, because you may or may not have an opportunity. I mean, before you even get to the door, to get to the place where you can present to the person, you have to get to the person, right? And if your presentation is lame, you're not even going to get a phone call. So your stuff has to be tight. Nice business plan, nice PowerPoint presentation to accompany that, right? They also are, again, go back to Shark Tank. They're looking at your valuation. You all know what's the guy? He calls himself Mr. Wonderful. He's the one who asked the question the most. What's your value? How did you get to your company valuation? How did you, how what makes your business worth $10 million instead of two, right? So they want a reasonable valuation, which means how much your company is going to be worth realistically, right? Not how much you think it's worth because you're passionate about it and you love your business. No, no, we're talking about real numbers. And these are the kinds of things that this is why you need to learn how to do business properly. This is just why we're having our boot camps this year with NBBOA, because these are the kind of things you need to know in order to be successful, right? And they want to know, they want to make sure it's a strong company. What's the viability, right? How viable is it? How realistic is it that they're going to make their money? So there are angel investors out there that are willing to invest in a good company with a lot of potential. Okay, so that's one another way. Now there's also crowdfunding, right? They have websites like Kickstarter and crowdfund.com, I believe. I've never done crowdfunding, but I know those sites are out there. I think Kickstarter is one of the most popular ones. There's also Indiegogo, I believe. But again, you still have to have a nice presentation. You can't just go on these sites and tell them, I have a good idea. I want to start a cleaning company, and, my mama was a maid and my grandmama was a maid. No, they need to see. People need to see. They need to feel your passion again. It goes back to that presentation. But people are allowed now, thanks to a law that was passed a few years ago, to actually help you fund your business. So some of those sites are Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Seed Invest, Fundly, Fundly, GoFundMe. We all know about GoFundMe. Unfortunately, we have too much GoFundMe when people don't have life insurance. That's another subject. I'll say that for another Marketplace Monday. And there's another one called Crowdfunder and I Fund Women. So there are lots of crowdfunding sites out there. Here's another one. Here's one that I am not crazy about, particularly if you can avoid it, or unless you can manage it and you have the right amount of money coming in to pay your bills. Small business credit cards. I talked about building business credit last week. Briefly the things that you need in order to start to build your business credit profile, right? So eventually, at the end of the day, we help you at NBBOA. We help our members get to the place where they can actually get funding on small business credit cards. Now we also teach responsibility though, right? If we get you to the point where we're getting you a $25,000 credit limit, a $50,000 credit limit, listen, you don't want to go out and blow that when you don't have the income coming in to pay that bill. You're going to mess up. Right. So, small business credit cards are good if they're handled responsibly. Again, so that's why you need to get in this boot camp, because we're teaching you how to get to this place where you can get these small business credit cards that will help you with your with funding aspects of your business. Right. There's also venture capital. Venture capital is a little different than angel investors. They usually are industry specific. The similarities are, yes, there are people who want to pour in, and they're usually wealthy people who are willing to give you money for your business, and they too want a chunk, a piece of the pie. They want a piece of your business. But venture capitalists typically also, they kind of come in to help you build a business, if I'm not mistaken, to sell it. So, you have to kind of weigh the pros and the cons with each of these things that I'm telling you about, and please Google them. Explore all of your options if you don't have good credit. But venture capitalists are, they're very similar to angel investors, but they focus on liquidation, meaning at the end of the day, how much you're going to be able to grow this business and then sell it. Okay. Um, you also have, again, small business loans. Here we go. Here's some more stuff that I'm not crazy about, but it's out there. And listen, sometimes when times get hard, you got to do what you got to do. So there's accounts receivable financing, or some people call it invoice financing, right? According to how much money you have coming in on a regular basis. There are some companies that will loan you like 80% of whatever your invoices are for the next month, 2 months, 3 months, right? And these have to be like your regular accounts receivable, your regular payable, your regular accounts receivable, your regular invoices, and they'll give you up to 80% of that money. They will advance it to you, and then you have to pay them back. Those are not, like I said, not one of my favorite ways to finance your business, but in a crunch, you just never know. Things happen. The economy could crash. Anything can happen, and sometimes that's like a last minute resort. Okay, so also, there are also equipment loans. I mentioned this very briefly last week. There are people out there that will give you money based on your equipment, the collateral. I mean, the equipment that you have, and they will hold it as collateral, right? And again, I said last week, don't ever, at all costs, avoid putting your home up, as collateral for a business. If you have a Xerox machine, if you have farm equipment, like in my other business with television, movie cameras, all that kind of equipment, the streaming equipment, those are the kinds of things that you could use, as collateral to get a loan, right? So your equipment, so you have, and you can also just get a separate loan just for equipment, not for cash, but people will also give you money just to get equipment, right? So those are some of the different types of loans that you could get, right? I'm missing something. I'm missing one point, and I know that I am. Oh, peer-to-peer lending. Oh, honey, listen. Now, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. I've seen the best of friendships fall out over this peer to peer lending thing. That's up to you. But if you have a rich friend, right, who's willing to loan you the money, there are agreements out here on the internet that you can format and sign, put it in writing, and borrow money from your friends. At the risk, though, and and your friend, you got to be really good friends. Because what if you loan me $5,000 and my business crashes? Like, you're gonna still owe that friend that money, and that may cause a rift. So, if you did something like that, I would strongly recommend, number one, you put everything in writing. There's no, I'm gonna pay you back handshake thing. No, 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 no. Put that in writing, right? But that is definitely not one of my favorites. Okay, I would rather you try everything else crowdfunding, find an investor, anything but to risk your good long term friendships over that. And there's bootstrapping, right? Bootstrapping is basically, you possibly have some money saved up yourself and you have to loan the company money. That is another way that you can finance your business. But most of these that I mentioned are for people who don't have the money at all, right? So, and again, still, again, I'm going to keep reiterating, make sure you're working on your personal credit so you maybe don't have to do these things. Also, be sure that you're working on your business credit as well, working on building your business credit on the side so that when it's time for you to go get a bank loan and you have some history under your belt and you have invoices and you have money coming into your business, it makes it a lot easier to get money. Banks loan money to people who already have money. That is that at the end of the day, they are in business to make money. Okay? There's no way around it. They're in business. Banking is a business and it's big business, and they make money from loans and mortgages and interest. So this is the business that they're in. If they don't feel like they can get money from you, if they don't feel like you are going to be a viable candidate or if you don't have what it takes to be able to pay them back their money, you're probably not going to get it. And you may have to look into some of these other options. However, they're out there. They're not my favorite. I would rather that you come on to this boot camp, learn how to set your business up right, learn how to keep your books, learn the basics of what you need to do as far as keeping your books together and building your business credit on the side and fixing your personal credit and learning all of and learning the deep intricate details of the things that I've been teaching and well briefly talking about these last 3 weeks. You need to come on over and sign up. The flyer and the link for you to register is pinned to the back to the top of my pages. You need to register for these classes. I'm telling you, we have a goal this year of helping 5,000 black people start or learn to properly manage their business. And that may seem like a lofty goal, but I do believe that it's possible. There's no way in the world I'm not going to be able to find 5,000 people who need help with their business. So they can come on in, join, be a member of NBBOA so that we can help you be successful. All right. So listen, another thing I want to mention, speaking of credit, this is a little off topic, but I want to talk to those who have collections that they deal with on their personal credit. Did you all know that they can now email you? They can come into your DMs. They can find you on LinkedIn and send you a message. They can find you on Facebook. The collection agencies inbox you as if they sent you a letter, right? They can text you now. But baby, I want to remind you, you don't owe collection agencies a dime. You do not have a contract with them. If you need more information on how to get rid of collection agencies, right? Especially and the best time to do this is when they first contact you. Because if you send this letter that I have and they cannot prove the everything on the list that is on this letter that I have, sweetheart, they have to leave you alone. And they cannot put anything on your credit report. So that's a side note, but I thought it was very important so that you wouldn't be going off on people on the collection agencies when they start to inbox you and email you and stuff. It is legal now, but you still have the same recourse, and you can command them to cease and desist and not call you, not text you, and you can send this deadly letter that shuts them down. These are the kinds of things we're talking about in the boot camp again. So get in there. Get in there. My CPA, Terrell Turner, is going to be on. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a wealth of knowledge. And these are the things you need to be successful anyway. You cannot, you need this. You need this. You miss opportunities when your books aren't organized right, when your taxes aren't not filed correctly, when you're not incorporated properly for your type of business. You miss opportunities. Okay, you miss refund opportunities with the IRS, you miss tax write-off opportunities, you miss business certification opportunities that lead to bigger doors opening for your business, and doing business with the government. You need to be in this class. All right, y'all, thank you so much for joining me. I told you I wasn't going to be on long, but thank you so much for joining me for Marketplace Monday. I am Sherry Shepherd. I am your host and the president of the National Black Business Owners Association. You all, thank you so much. Make it a great week and happy new year. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Next Monday, we're going to get into the nitty gritty about some other things. So you don't want to miss it. All right. Just trust me on this. You don't want to miss next Monday. All right. We'll talk soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye.